Hello and welcome to an India Today special broadcast. I'm Gaurav Sawant. On the 72nd Republic Day, India's military might and rich cultural heritage will be on display at Rajpath. Atmanirbhar Bharat, a resurgent India despite COVID-19, will be there for all to see. So while you see weapons that are made in India, while you see India's cultural heritage, you will also see the vaccines that are made in India and will save humanity. We'll talk about that in greater detail, but first, let's talk about the made in India weapons, from the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile to the Pinaka multi-rocket launcher. Pinak, incidentally, is also the bow of Lord Shiv, the destroyer.
The BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, the T-90 Bhishma tank, the king of the battle, the Pinaka multi-launcher rocket system, the Shilka anti-aircraft weapon system, bridge-laying tanks and communication jammer systems. The Republic Day Parade 2021 is not only about India's military might, but also about Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense. Take, for example, the Pinaka multi-launcher rocket system.
Right behind me is the bow of Lord Shiv, the Pinak multiple launcher rocket system, made in India, and this weapon system is all about completely pulverizing the enemy in 44 seconds. 6 such launchers together can decimate the enemy in about 1 kilometer by 800 meter area.
Developed by the Defence Research and Development Organisation, the Pinaka system showcases the success of Make in India and the Army's resolve to continue with Make in India dreams in defence. The current range may be under 40 kilometers, but the DRDO has promised to increase the range to at least 90 kilometers.
Pinaka is the name of Lord Shiva's bow, and it is rightly named so because 6 launchers like these can fire 72 rockets onto the enemy 37.5 kilometers away in a matter of 44 seconds, thus delivering a payload of 77.2 tons and thus completely destroying an area of 1000 meters by 800 meters.
The BrahMos supersonic cruise missile is perhaps the most lethal weapon system on display, with a range of 400 plus kilometers and the ability to destroy any enemy vital asset with pinpoint accuracy.
This is a pinpoint target weapon. Wherever you want to hit, it will hit. And when we talk about the devastation effect, that is classified. But obviously when it carries the amount of explosive, it will obviously devastate something.
The Army is displaying the Pinaka and BrahMos as part of the artillery on Republic Day.
Their motto is Sarvatra Izzato Iqbal, and the artillery display the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile this year on Rajpath. BrahMos, a supersonic cruise missile, has a capability of decimating targets 400 kilometers away and faster than the speed of sound, that it cannot be detected or caught on weapon locating radars.
Also occupying pride of place this Republic Day is the tableau of the Border Roads Organisation, raised in 1960 for construction of 60,000 kilometers of roads and 19 airfields. The Border Roads is being hailed for not only speedy construction of strategic roads along the India-China line of axial control, but also for keeping high-altitude passes open throughout the winters, despite the huge challenges posed both in the northern and eastern borders.
We cut mountains but connect hearts. A famous roadside slogan of BRO indicates true nature of its work.
The T-90 tank, the main battle tank of the Indian Army, will be on Rajpath as well. These tanks are already deployed both along the line of actual control in Ladakh and along the India-China border.
The tank T-90 is a third generation tank, a Russian tank. In India we call it the tank Bhishma. It has a 125 mm smoothbore gun, which has the capability to fire 5 kinds of ammunition and has a range up to 5 kilometers and can destroy any target between the range 5,000 meters.
The T-90 tank, also called the Bhishma, is one of the most potent in Indian Army's armory, and that's the reason why during the ongoing conflict in Ladakh, the T-90s were deployed in forward areas where there was friction. The tank can function in deserts as well as at heights at more than 15,000 feet when temperatures dip to minus 30 degrees.
The infantry combat vehicle Sarat and the 20-meter bridge-laying tanks mounted on T-72 tank chassis were airlifted to Ladakh and speedily deployed along the line of actual control and the border, ensuring that Chinese transgressions were effectively countered. The might of the mechanized forces will enthrall audiences this 72nd Republic Day.
It is a fully tracked amphibious capability vehicle which can operate in various terrains such as the mountainous terrain, in deserts and in plains. And the important thing is, because of its being lightweight, it can be transported from one place to another with the help of the heavy lift choppers.
The role of air defense assumes great significance in the light of adversaries increasingly sending unmanned aerial vehicles and low-flying aircraft. This is where the upgraded Shilka air defense system plays a critical role in keeping vital assets safe. This year the contingent is commanded by Captain Preeti Chaudhary, a Sword of Honour awardee.
This is a self-propelled all-weather tracked weapon system. So it has a capability of 3,400 rounds rate of fire, and it has a capability of tracking and shooting down aerial target flying at a height of 2.5 kilometers. So this plays a very important role in providing the low-level air defense to the defense system.
Every year the Indian Armed Forces display their mettle and power at the Republic Day. But this year it comes amid the standoff with China, and most of the weapons that will be on display have been playing a very important role during that tussle in Ladakh. Many of the men who are here, they have their brethren serving in forward areas in Ladakh even during this harsh winter. With camera person Ashwani Helen, Abhishek Bhalla in New Delhi for India Today.
India's air power will also be on display this Republic Day, and many argue that air power will be a game changer in future combat. So while you see the latest and the much needed addition to the Indian Air Force, the Rafale fighter jets, you will also see the Dakotas. The Dakotas hailed as the savior of Kashmir in 1947, and the aircraft that played a very crucial role in the liberation of Bangladesh in 1971. Incidentally, a contingent of the Bangladesh Armed Forces, 122 personnel, will also march past the saluting dais at Rajpath to mark 50 years of the 1971 defeat of Pakistan and the birth of Bangladesh.
The Rafale, the game-changer fighter jets, which has given a major boost to India's air power capability, will be the centre of attraction when they take to air during the flypast on the Republic Day parade. The Rafales will culminate the flypast by carrying out the vertical Charlie formation, where an aircraft flies at low altitude, pulls up vertically and conducts rolls before stabilizing at higher altitude.
इस रिपब्लिक डे फ्लाई पास्ट में टोटल 42 एयरक्राफ्ट होंगे, जिसमें 15 फाइटर, 5 ट्रांसपोर्ट, 17 हेलीकॉप्टर, 1 विंटेज एयरक्राफ्ट और 4 इंडियन आर्मी की तरफ से हेलीकॉप्टर देखे जाएंगे. एक रफाल ब्रह्मास्त्र फॉर्मेशन के अंडर आके डायस के सामने वर्टिकल चाली मनोवर करेगा.
A total of 38 Indian Air Force aircraft and 4 planes of the Indian Army will participate in the flypast on January 26th. The flypast will be in 2 parts. The first at the beginning of the parade and another after the parade on the Rajpath. The Indian Air Force's vintage Dakota aircraft, flanked with 2 Mi-17 1B helicopters, will be flying in Rudra formation at the time when the Bangladesh contingent will be marching past President Ramnath Kovind's dais. The Dakota aircraft played an important role during the 1971 war.
कुछ फॉर्मेशंस जो देखे जाएंगे ये राजपथ पे पहली बार देखा जाएगा। एक फॉर्मेशन है जिसका नाम दिया गया है रुद्र फॉर्मेशन, जिसमें एक डकोटा और 2 Mi-17s एक साथ उड़ते हुए दिखेंगे।
Flight Lieutenant Bhavna Kant will also make history as the fighter pilot of the Indian Air Force will be part of the parade.
The theme, Indian Air Force, the cutting edge.
She will be the part of Indian Air Force's tableau contingent that will showcase the Make in India initiative. At the flypast, Sukhoi 30 MKI will display indigenously developed Astra and BrahMos missiles. Chinook, Mi-17, Apache helicopters, Sarang helicopters, 2 Jaguars and 2 MiG-29s will also be flying in different formations. Watch the skies as Indian Air Force's machines will roar high. With Abhishek Bhalla, Bureau Report, India Today.
Colonel Santosh Babu, who made the supreme sacrifice of his life leading Indian soldiers, pushing the Chinese army back at Galwan in eastern Ladakh, will be awarded the Mahavir Chakra, the second highest gallantry award in wartime, posthumously. His name will be announced officially tomorrow. The 20 braves who made the supreme sacrifice of their lives, their names will also be mentioned in terms of their unparalleled valor. The fact that a Mahavir Chakra is being awarded, which is a wartime medal, indicates the importance India has attached to that operation and to that valor.
Conspicuous bravery in the face of the enemy. Gallantry beyond all measure. A commanding officer who led his troops to defend Indian sovereignty and honor. Colonel Bikkumala Santosh Babu, the officer who made the supreme sacrifice in the Galwan clash last June. On Republic Day, the Army hero will be decorated with the country's second highest gallantry award, the Mahavir Chakra, a stunning affirmation of his courage and grit in the face of Chinese treachery. The country needs no reminding of the colonel's fearless leadership when the Chinese attempted to occupy territory in eastern Ladakh's Galwan Valley 6 months ago. The horrific clash in which the officer lost his life also saw 19 other Indian soldiers killed in action and almost as many Chinese. But Colonel Santosh Babu, ever soft-spoken, had demonstrated to the Chinese at the cost of his life that Indian sovereignty is non-negotiable and that India does not pander to bullies. His courage and valor remain etched in a country's memory and his family's too.
जो मेरे साथ families भी है, उन सब की मेरा तरफ से भी मेरा यही निवेदन है कि पूरा देश और थोड़ा सपोर्ट करने से फौजी आगे बढ़ेगी. स्ट्रॉन्ग रह के उनको जवाब देना है, and but no need to I need only peace and stability.
As a citizen of India, as a defense family person, I feel proud of my son.
For the troops of 16 Bihar Regiment, the decoration will be a huge source of pride and honor, given that the supreme sacrifice by Colonel Santosh Babu has been recognized just months after his brave feat in the Galwan Valley. But there's another important message that many may miss. The fact that the colonel is being decorated with a posthumous Mahavir Chakra is also a direct message to China. The MVC is a wartime gallantry award, equivalent to Kirti Chakra in peacetime. In other words, India is telling the world and China that it has been at war in Ladakh since May 2020. A powerful message enshrined in one single medal to a deceased army hero. India hails and remembers the brave colonel, an eternal hero of this land. Bureau Report, India Today.
But it's not just India's military might, it's also our rich and diverse cultural heritage that will be on display. Let's talk about Uttar Pradesh, for example, and you will see the Sri Ram temple at Ayodhya and Valmiki's Ramayana and of course the Deepotsav. If we were to talk about Punjab, the supreme sacrifice of the Hindi Chadar, Guru Tegh Bahadur, the 9th Sikh Guru who made the supreme sacrifice of his life, saving Hindu Pandits from Kashmir and not accepting Islam. He was beheaded by Aurangzeb. So Gurudwara Rakabganj, where his headless mortal remains were cremated, will be on display at Rajpath along with multiple other tableaus.
The Republic Day parade of this year will be very different from previous years. While the government has decided to downgrade the scale of the parade, the grandeur remains. Uttar Pradesh's tableau will feature a replica of the upcoming Ram temple in Ayodhya. It will also display the culture, tradition and art related to the temple town and will give a glimpse of the Deepotsav and various stories from epic Ramayana. Gujarat's tableau will display the Sun Temple at Modhera in Mehsana. The carvings on these pillars have scenes from Ramayana and Mahabharata.
After the region of its production.
Tamil Nadu's tableau showcases Shore Temple and other monuments of Pallava dynasty. Renowned for its patronage of temple architecture. Maharashtra's tableau highlights the influence of Bhakti movement, which brought a great change in religious beliefs of people. Prominent saints are seen on the tableau. Uttarakhand's entry shows the majestic Kedarnath temple, apart from state animal musk deer and the state bird monal.
The splendor of musical instruments Thankul, Tori,
While Andhra Pradesh will showcase the Lepakshi temple, which is one of the finest examples of the Vijayanagar Empire's architectural style. The supreme sacrifice of 9th Sikh Guru Tegh Bahadur will be the theme of the tableau of Punjab. The tableau of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is inspired by the theme Digital India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and shows a 3D model of a robot with artificial intelligence. The Department of Biotechnology depicts the process of vaccine development, India's weapon to fight the COVID pandemic. From display of rich cultural heritage to devotion and scientific innovations, this year's Republic Day has it all.
इंसान का मन ये कह दे, एक है भारत, नेक है भारत, एक है भारत, श्रेष्ठ है भारत.
Bureau Report, India Today.
भारतवर्ष के विविध रंग किसी इंद्रधनुष जैसे लगते हैं.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.